Who was Charles Darwin? What is the relationship between Darwin and the famous kissing bug? What are kissing bugs? Charles Robert Darwin was an English naturalist, geologist, and biologist, best known for his contributions to evolutionary biology. His proposition that all species of life have descended from common ancestors is now considered a fundamental concept in science. Charles was recognized for having raised the idea of biological evolution through natural selection, a theory published in his work The Origin of Species, 1859. At the beginning of the 19th century, Charles Darwin made one of the first reports on the existence of triatomines in America, in his Journal and Remarks published in 1839, commonly known as The Voyage of the Beagle. The following is an extract that he based on his journal entry dated March 26, 1835. We slept in the city of Lujan, the southernmost part of the province of Mendoza. At night I experienced an attack of the benchuca, the great black bug of the pampas. It is most disgusting to feel these insects crawling over one's body. One which I caught at Iquique was very empty. If a finger was presented, the bold insect would immediately draw its sucker, make a charge, and if allowed, draw blood. No pain was caused by the wound. It was curious to watch its body during the act of sucking, as it changed in less than 10 minutes, from being as flat as a wafer to a globular form. The members of the Triatomini, a subfamily of the Reduviidae, belong to the order Hemiptera. They are also known throughout various regions as kissing bugs, cone-nose bugs or vampire bugs, also as chinch, vinchuca, chipo, chinchorro, caramacha, and barbero. All triatomine nymph instars and adults are hematophagus. That is to say, they feed on the blood of vertebrates. Kissing bugs aggregate in refuges during the day and search for blood during the night, once the host is asleep and the air is cooler. They generally return to their refuge after sucking blood, guided by scents that they deposit there. Most species are associated with wild, nesting vertebrates and are named sylvatic triatomines. These live whether in ground burrows with rodents or armadillos, or in tree dwellings with bats or possums. Few species, 5%, live in human dwellings or the surroundings of human houses in the shelters of domestic animals. These are named domestic species. Triatomine antennae have 4 segments. The first basal segment or scape is attached to the head. It is followed by the distal flagellum and the proximal flagellum. These have most of the hairs and other cuticular structures that contain chemical, thermal, and tactile sensors. Odors and heat guide these insects to their hosts. Carbon dioxide emanating from breath, as well as ammonia, short-chain amines, and carboxylic acids from skin, hair, and exocrine glands, are among the volatiles that attract triatomines. The relative distance between the antennae and the eyes allows a brief diagnosis of the genera Panstrongylus, Rhodnius, and Triatoma. These 3 genera comprise the most epidemiological species. While in Panstrongylus the antennae are very close to the eyes, in Rhodnius are very far from the eyes, and in Triatoma midway between the eyes and the apex of the head. The oral apparatus, also called the rostrum, facilitates the task of sucking blood. This sucking appendage consists of a segmented canoe-shaped lip, which houses other mouthparts that are fine and thin, called stylets, and constitute 2 maxillae and 2 mandibles. The mandibles help to pierce the epidermis, and the maxillae penetrate in search of a capillary vessel. The main function of triatomine saliva is to prevent its sting from producing warning signs in the host and facilitate blood flow to the intestine. Except for the species Triatoma espinoli, all adult forms of triatomine bugs are winged. The forewings have a hard segment and a membranous portion, a common feature in Hemiptera. The hindwings are thin and membranous, folding under the first ones. The adult abdomen consists of 11 segments. The last segments form the genitalia of both sexes. The characteristics of the genitalia allows to easily differentiate males from females. The connective, or the part that borders the abdomen, shows a pattern of spots that varies in color and shape depending on the species. Kissing bugs have compound eyes, each with approximately 300 ommatidia. They also have a pair of ocelli or simple eyes located on the back of the head, behind the compound eyes. These show complete development in the adult state. The ocelli, together with the compound eyes, regulate the phototactic response, allowing kissing bugs to recognize ambient lighting and respond to it, generally avoiding intense light. Having studied the kissing bugs, we invite you to learn more about the disease they transmit, known as Chagas disease, which is thought to have caused Charles Darwin's death.